You are lying in bed. It's 11:30 p.m. You open an app, scroll past a few videos, pause on a pair of noise-cancelling headphones for just a second, and keep scrolling. You haven't clicked buy. You haven't even liked the post. But in those 3 seconds, an algorithm just made a calculation. It knows you're tired. It knows you lingered 1.4 seconds longer than your average scroll speed. And before you even realize you want those headphones, the platform is already rebuilding your feed to make sure you buy them.
Quick question, have you ever opened an app just to browse, and somehow ended up buying something within minutes? You didn't plan it, you didn't need it, but it happened anyway. That's not a coincidence. That's a machine learning model doing exactly what it was designed to do, and by the end of this video you'll know precisely how it works.
Today, impulse buying isn't just a random lapse in judgment at the checkout line. It is a highly engineered, multi-trillion-dollar science. E-commerce platforms are no longer just showing you products. They are using advanced machine learning models to detect your emotional state and trigger a purchase in milliseconds. Impulse purchases now account for roughly 40% of all e-commerce spending. That is not an accident. That is architecture.
To an algorithm, you are not a person, you are a collection of behavioral signals. And these models don't just look at what you buy, they look at how you behave before you buy. 3 signals matter most: dwell time, scroll velocity, and contextual vulnerability. Let's break each one down. Dwell time. If your average scroll speed is half a second per post, but you pause on a product for 1.2 seconds, the model flags that as latent interest.
Second, scroll velocity. Frantic, erratic scrolling often signals boredom or emotional distress, prime states for impulse buying. The algorithm sees this and adjusts what it shows you. Third, contextual vulnerability. Models factor in the time of day, your location, and even your device's battery level. Data shows impulse purchases spike late at night, when cognitive fatigue depletes your self-control. And the science goes even deeper. In a 2022 study published in Scientific Reports, researchers monitored the brain's prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for decision-making, using near-infrared spectroscopy. They trained a support vector machine algorithm to read brain activity, and achieved 93.78% accuracy in predicting impulse buying behavior. While Amazon isn't scanning your brain yet, they are using your digital body language as a direct proxy for that exact neural state. Amazon built a $2 trillion empire on one principle: destroy the gap between desire and purchase. In 1997, they patented one-click buying. By removing shipping forms, payment entry, and confirmation screens, they reduced the time between wanting something and owning it from 3 minutes to 3 seconds. Research shows this single change can increase conversion rates from 2% to over 10%. You don't have time to reconsider. The impulse is satisfied before your rational brain can intervene.
The Baymard Institute found that a complicated checkout is responsible for 18% of all cart abandonments. Remove that friction, and you don't have time to reconsider. The impulse is immediately satisfied. But if Amazon perfected the checkout, TikTok perfected the trigger. TikTok's algorithm is arguably the most sophisticated impulse engine ever created. It doesn't wait for you to search for a product. It uses the stimulus organism response, or SOR, model. And it's so effective that TikTok Shop generated $20 billion in gross merchandise value in 2023 alone.
TikTok took this even further. Its algorithm uses what researchers call the stimulus organism response model. A viral video is the stimulus. Your emotional spike, dopamine, FOMO, is the organism's response. And TikTok Shop, embedded directly in the feed, is the frictionless purchase point. You never leave the app. The average TikTok Shop session lasts under 3 minutes, and conversion rates run nearly 3 times higher than traditional e-commerce. But this algorithmic efficiency comes at a steep cost. The average American spends over $150 a month on impulse buys, and nearly 50% of online shoppers report regretting their most recent impulse purchase. Platforms know this. And some of them are deliberately engineering that regret cycle, because a regretful buyer is still a buyer. Apps like Temu and Shine use machine learning to deploy what are called dark patterns, interface designs that trick or pressure users into buying. If the model detects you are hesitating, it might flash a countdown timer, a only 2 left in stock badge, or a spinning discount wheel. These are not real. They are algorithmically generated pressure tactics designed to trigger your fight or flight response and force a decision before your prefrontal cortex can catch up. How do you use these systems to benefit you? Step 1. Reintroduce friction. Disable one-click purchasing. Delete saved credit cards from your browser. Force yourself to physically get up and find your wallet before completing a purchase. The algorithm relies on speed. Slowing down is your most powerful defense. Step 2. Implement the 24-hour rule. When you feel the urge to buy something unplanned, add it to your cart and close the app. If you still want it tomorrow with the same level of desire, then buy it. In most cases, the urge fades completely. That feeling you had? That was the algorithm, not you. Step 3. Learn to recognize the triggers. Countdown timers, low stock warnings, and other people are viewing this right now notifications are almost always manufactured urgency. When you see them, treat them as a signal that the platform is trying to manipulate you or not inform you. Awareness alone breaks the loop. Machine learning models are extraordinarily powerful, but they only work if you play by their rules. The next time you find yourself hovering over a Buy Now button at midnight, remember, the algorithm knows exactly what it's doing. The question is, do you? If this breakdown was useful, hit like, subscribe, and drop in the comments, what's the most ridiculous thing an algorithm has ever convinced you to buy? We'll see you in the next one.